William Hill, the home of betting.
Some of the bigger priced Investec Oaks contenders were in action at Epsom for breakfast with the stars, but the betting is dominated by Coolmore-owned fillies, and with Found possibly being rerouted to the Derby, their powerful squad is headed by 1,000 guineas winner Legatissimo.
All's on course, I believe. I haven't spoken to David Watchman for a little while, to be brutally honest with you, but I believe she's in good shape and training well, so full steam ahead here.
And Together Forever, the Musidora Stakes, a rather muddling race. At one stage it looked like she was going to be well beaten, but in the end not beaten far at all and under a penalty.
No, she rattled really well, and as you correctly say, she was conceding £4 there within the fillies mile, so we were very taken with that performance. And she's a lovely filly, you know, she's so honest, and after the race, you know, it's lovely, just her attitude, you know. And interestingly, you know, we had to establish whether she was going to get that trip, because a lot of speed in the pedigree, being a half-sister to Lord Shannakill, who was a Group 1 winning miler.
And what about Diamonds and Rubies?
Yeah, I was taken with her too up in York. You know, she, you know, the pace was on and off. Ryan had to rattle her off at the start and just jizz her up a little bit and get a position he wanted, which he did, and perfectly so, as you'd expect from Ryan Moore. Coming round the bend, of course, you know, which was well publicised, but she got a really serious crack of the whip from Jamie Spencer right in the face. And, you know, there's a lot of fillies around, would probably just down tools at that stage. But on the contrary with her, you know, she took hold of the bridle and off she went, you know, and won emphatically. It was a good performance from a very, very well-bred filly.
And perhaps a bit more of a dark horse, Fluff. What can you tell us about her?
Can't really tell you too much about Fluff, to be honest with you. Training well, unlikely to show up here, to be brutally honest with you, Sam, at this stage. But, you know, we obviously have to keep options open. But she's well from her last performance, an exciting filly for the future.
And is Ryan Moore giving any indication at this stage of which one he'd like to be on at Epsom?
No. I wouldn't like to play poker with him.
She's in great form. She's a tough little filly. She had a little breeze up there with Star of Seville today. They're both in great order. They enjoyed coming here, having a feel of the track. Both jocks were happy with them, and I couldn't be more pleased with them, really. They're lovely fillies. Neither on pedigree is meant to go 1.5 miles, so if they don't stay, that's life. We go back and all line up at the Nassau Stakes or something, you know. But there's only one Oaks, and let's go for it. And I couldn't be more pleased with the pair of them coming into it in a moment.
Jazzy Top won the Pretty Polly. You'd used that as a springboard for Tagruda last year. Would she be a similar type?
Well, Tagruda, in fairness, had a hell of a strong stamina and a female. I mean, the mother won 1.6 miles listed, and she was a very good staying filly. So you knew See the Stars on that is going to be a bit of a different story to Duke of Marmalade and you know, or in the case of Jazzy Top, Danehill Dancer. So I think to that extent, I think we know the pedigree doesn't scream 1.5 miles, but they're very able fillies, and if you're going to try it once, try it in the Oaks.
And Star of Seville, do you see her getting the 1.5 miles?
Well, same thing, you know. I think she was idling a little at York, and I think she was having a look at the big old crowd there. She had it one easy, and next thing she was dawdling. But I did notice when a filly giving her £4, which is an important factor, came to her, I noticed she went again. I mean, I thought Ryan had timed it brilliantly in the end, but Ryan's quite good at that, isn't he?
And anything been decided, jockey bookings for the Oaks?
No, not at the moment. It might stay the way it was. We'll all chat and talk to owners and talk to everybody and see what we think, and probably see what the jockeys think. They were both very happy with their fillies.
Qatar Racing have a live Derby hope in Elm Park, and set to carry their famous maroon silks in the Fillies Classic is Bellageur.
She ran well in the Olympic trial. Didn't get the best of the round, to sort of switch around horses, and the winner sort of saved a lot of ground coming on the rail. So yeah, I say she'd been riding the Oaks, yeah.
And she wears a hood. Is she a bit of a buzzy horse? Do you think she'll handle the occasion?
She's fine. I think the thing with her, she can be a little bit keen, but she was very good at Lingfield. She was a little bit keen early on, but then once I got in behind the horse, she settled, and she was fine. You know, obviously in Derby Day it's a big difference. You don't know until you try. So we'll see anyway.
She's great. She's come on really well. Rafe's adamant he wants to run her, which is fantastic, and we're very much looking forward to seeing her. He's certainly a trainer that knows what it takes here, so we'll follow his lead.
She's one that looks certain to see out the 1.5 mile trip.
One would think so, definitely. I mean, she's a pedigree with slightly mixed messages, but certainly we'll be optimistic.